Are battery-powered heated gloves worth it? Let's talk about the pros and cons. Hi there, everyone. I'm Jason. I had never owned battery-powered heated gloves before until last winter because I found the performance to be too poor. With design and technology enhancements now, I do use them, but not all the time because, like anything, there are pros and cons to them. First, let's talk about warmth. Are heated gloves actually warmer? Well, the simple answer is yes, warmer than regular gloves and warmer than a chemical hand warmer and glove combination. For any particular glove, the warmth improvement will be related to where the heating elements are, back of the hand only, up the backs of the fingers, or including a full cap that covers all sides of the fingertips. The more coverage, the warmer it is. But there is an analogy to high altitude climbers who use oxygen. It really helps until it stops working, and then it actually hurts you. Oxygen makes a climber feel like they are lower, but if the oxygen runs out, then the climber is effectively put at a higher altitude immediately and without proper acclimatization. Heated gloves are like that. The actual insulation is thinner than it otherwise would be for the temperatures you are experiencing, so that your hands don't get too warm and sweat. Also, people can get by without moving vigorously enough to generate their own heat. So if your batteries run out, you're going to have colder hands than a person who wasn't using a heated glove and who was moving enough and had enough insulation. A second consideration is dexterity. On the pro side, recent improvements in design have allowed for heated gloves with less bulky fingers. That means improved dexterity when compared to previous generations of heated gloves. But on the con side, no heated glove is going to be as dexterous as a non-heated glove of the same thickness. The reason is simple. There are, on most of these gloves, heating elements in the fingers. That reduces finger dexterity. Third, battery life. Similar to the last category, battery life is way better now than it used to be. Most heated gloves are now advertised at 8 to 10 hours of battery life. That's considerably better than the 3 to 4 hours of the past. But much like a headlamp, the battery life tends to be a lot lower in real-world conditions. Maybe the most obvious difference between the real world and a lab setting is that you might not always keep your glove on the lowest power. But the batteries themselves also don't do well in extreme cold. The batteries usually aren't near the warming elements for obvious reasons, but also usually aren't against your body. So they are often housed in an area of minimal insulation and therefore exposed to the cold. My personal experience has been that I get 70 to 80% of the advertised battery life on any given day. For the fourth point, let's talk about practical use. The longer battery life than historical models means that you can spend a good part of a day out without a battery charger or spare battery pack. And you can take a spare battery pack on an expedition and get multiple days of use. But if you consider needing the already comparatively heavy glove battery, now also with a comparatively heavy spare battery pack, you could be adding ounces to pounds and potentially still need a way to recharge if you are out for many days rather than a few days. Fifth, and finally, the cost. Once you have the heated gloves, the cost is really low. You aren't rebuying chemical warmers and the like. But of course, the initial cost is really high, about 2 to 3 times the cost of a comparable glove that isn't battery heated. All in all, there are some good reasons to try heated gloves and some good reasons to limit their use. Well, I've started using heated gloves for single-day excursions, like a day of ice climbing, or just around town or at my house. I still have not brought any of these gloves onto truly high peaks where the weight cost and the consequences of a dead battery seem a bit too high. Maybe this assessment will help you consider if heated gloves might be right for you. Do you have experience with battery heated gloves? Are you thinking of trying battery heated gloves? Let us know about your thoughts or experiences in the comments. Thanks for watching this video. Please like, subscribe, do all the things. And for more information, you can go to our website at www.shortguysbetaworks.com Or you can check out this video on ways to keep your hands warm that have nothing to do with heated gloves, or this entire series called Cold to go deeper into topics like clothing, traction, and behaviors that can help keep us warm. We'll see you next week and keep on getting more out of that big outside.